Hi, this is an explanation for week 6. I'm in the week 6 folder. This week is a 2-week focus on anthropology and sociology. This week you will be exploring teaching anthropology through the levels of culture and folklore, and week 7 topics include cultural diversity and sociology. So we'll take 2 weeks to explore both of these topics, which is in your textbook as well. I have flipped the folders. You have your individual folder and your group work, and I have now put the group work folder first. And I've done this so that it's a priority for you to complete your group work before you move on to your independent work. And that way it takes the responsibility you have to make sure you coordinate with somebody else to be done quicker and sooner, and have maybe time later on when you have more time to complete your individual work. So I'm going to click on the group for week 6 folder. And in this group work this week, each member of the group will select one level of culture as identified in chapter 13. Identify 3 resources from the internet that best exemplifies this particular level of culture. Once all the members have identified the level of culture that they choose and the 3 resources, then all the members of the group will comment and add another resource to the levels of culture. So you have 3 levels, and you'll read about this in the textbook, and I have identified the pages here: the concrete level, the behavior level, and the symbolic level. You are then to find 3 resources that best exemplifies that level of culture and post those. Again, post by Wednesday so that you have time to comment on each other's in your group. So if there are more than 3 members in a group, there could possibly be a 4th member. That member should join another member to assist in locating resources, and between the 2 members should post 5 resources for the level of culture chosen. So if you only have 3 people in a group, you will post 3 resources. If you have a 4th member, that member will work with one of the other members and post 5 resources. And then each of you will comment on that and find one other resource for that level that you will post with your reply. And that's your group work this week. I'll go back to the individual folder for individual activities. You're going to read chapter 13 if you haven't already, which I'm sure you have because you had to do that for the group work. And then you're going to answer the following questions. You're going to view the video first here. What is anthropology and why should we teach it? You need to use evidence from the video and your textbook for your responses, and then you'll post your responses in this drop box. The other activity is in regards to folklore. Locate 2 versions of the same folklore story. One should be the common variant of the folklore, folktale, or fairy tale. The other should be a cross-cultural variant for comparison purposes. Again, if you view the textbook, there's an example in the textbook. So you're going to create a summary story map graphic organizer. You're going to note the following story elements: architecture, clothing, weather, time period, any other cultural characteristics depicted in the text and illustrations. You're going to be sure to reference the books you have chosen using APA 7th edition citations. And once your story map or graphic organizer is complete, then you're going to respond to the following questions. What changes take place in the story as the story is read between the 2 cultures? What features remain the same? You could respond in many other issues if you have about the comparisons of both of those stories. You're going to post your summary story map, graphic organizer, and your responses to this drop box, and then you're going to comment on 2 of your colleagues' postings. Those are the activities for this week. We're studying anthropology, sociology. You're going to find out more about why we do that in teaching social studies with our students. I think it'll become clear once you have read chapter 13. As always, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. I'll try to respond as quickly as I can. Otherwise, I will see you this week on Wednesday evening for class at 4 o'clock. And I'll make sure I have already added that in the announcements that you receive this week before you open the week up. And otherwise, I'll see you online. Have a great week.